Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? As promised, I'm back on the front porch. I had to put on a different coat though that I wore out for Cousin Fun Day because it is very cold today. Actually, Caroline just looked at the temperature in her car outside because I said it's so cold, and she goes, it's 60 degrees. And I kept on taking my coat off because I would get cold, and then I would put my coat on, and then I would get hot, and I would take my coat off. And she's like, you've had your coat off in the car the whole time. I'm like, yeah, because you keep the heat at like 80 degrees in the car. And she just started laughing. But now seeing the front porch, and there's a little bit of a breeze, and it's kind of cold. It feels very cold. So I'm vlogging earlier than I usually do. It is currently 3:50 p.m. And let's look and see what the temperature is. Caroline's car said 60. So let's see. Oh, it's 54 and partly cloudy. I should screenshot that and send it to Caroline. And I have Fernalicious right here, and I have Farrah right there. And after I get done vlogging, and I'm rendering the vlog, I am going to water them one last time because it's getting very, very cold at night. I'm going to water them. I still haven't told Alex that I'm keeping them through the winter. I don't think he'll really care, honestly. He'll probably be like, seriously again. But he won't really care. But I'm going to water them when I get done, and then I'm going to wait a couple hours and water them again. And then before it gets super, super cold tonight, I am going to take them upstairs to the bathroom upstairs so that we can have Fernalicious and Farrah for the winter. Because last night it got very, very cold. Like I could see my breath cold, like it could snow cold. And so I think it's time to take them inside. We just went to Target. We went to a couple different places on Cousin Fun Day. And so I was looking for like paint buckets. I should have brought out the buckets that I ended up buying. I'll show you guys in another video. But so we were like I was looking for like paint buckets, and they had these red ones that said Target on them, and I was like, and they were real deep, and I was gonna you remember I was gonna put like a brick on there to like, you know, so that the plants could sit on, so they're in these baskets, right? So the basket could sit on there, and then the water could flow out over okay, so then the rest of the fern could be out over the top of the bucket. So we were looking, and I didn't see any buckets, and I thought, well, maybe, because like in the houseware, or like where the home repair area, they didn't have any, and so I thought maybe like near the mops. And so Caroline stopped this woman that worked there and was like, do you guys have any buckets? And she said, it says we're all out of them, but they might have some near the mops. So when we were going over, because I wanted to look at the native products as well, because I bought the Apple stuff, and I wanted to see like the holiday scents that they had. So we were going over to like the skincare, and so we looked by the mops, and they had these they're really nice buckets. And they're like mop buckets, but they're like this deep. They're like this long and like this deep, and they were $5.99 each. When the other buckets, like if you get online, like the Home Depot buckets are like $14, because I was gonna get them for mums, because if you water mums from the bottom, supposedly it's supposed to be better for them. And so I looked like a year ago, and they're like $14 or $19.99 online, which I thought was kind of expensive just for a paint bucket. But these buckets are really, really nice. They're like heavy-duty plastic. No, I mean, I don't even need that, but they're shallow enough that they can just sit on the bottom of them in the bathtub. So they're like perfect, and they were $5.99 each. So I'm very happy about that. And then I had a coffee earlier, but I was kind of over it. Caroline had to go to, there's a small town that's like, real cute small town. It's like northeast of here. It's called Fortville. One of Alex's girlfriends lives there. Whenever he like goes to her house and I say I don't want to go that far away because it's too far to get an Uber home, it's like 45 minutes from here, Fortville. So Caroline had to go there because she got this chair and she had it reupholstered, and the woman that does all of Caroline's upholstery is in Fortville. So we went to this little cute town there and got coffee and stuff. And then we were driving other places. So anyway, right before we came home, I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot to get Diet Dr. Pepper. Can you pull into the gas station? So she pulled in the gas station up here, and I was like, I'm gonna get a fountain pop too. So I got rid of my coffee and got a half Dr. Pepper, half Diet Dr. Pepper, because I feel like I need a little bit of sugar. So cheers to you. How are you guys doing today? I'm actually today exercising what my therapist said to me yesterday, which was like, if you are not feeling like making a bunch of videos or feeling motivated, then don't, just vlog. Except for that, if it were 1 o'clock right now, I probably would make videos. I feel motivated today. I feel good today. Today is a good day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I feel rested. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I feel like I got good sleep. And last night was I had a great night last night with Tanya. I had a great night when I came home. Alex and I talked for like 2 hours last night about Boo and redoing the house, and we like revamped the conversation about traveling again. We're like thinking maybe now we will travel sometime in the next month or something. So we were trying to figure out, like, Alex was like, I thought more about it, and I feel like we can travel and we can redo the house. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was saying to you the other night. We can afford both. And so he's like, okay, maybe we should take a trip and go somewhere. I was like, I'm ready to go. So, but at that point it was late. It was after I came home from the meeting, and so I was like, let's just shelf this conversation until later in the week or this weekend, and then we can figure it out. So we're gonna figure that out this weekend. But last night was good. I was very relaxed last night. I stayed up later than I thought I was going to because I didn't take a nap or anything. And so I feel good today. I feel motivated. Like if I hadn't gone with Caroline, I probably would have filmed on all of my channels. I felt very motivated when I got up today. Took a shower. I used all of my Malin and Getz products. I kind of like to shift the different products I use. So today I used all of the Malin and Getz products, the shower gel, and then I used the lotion. I even used like the oil and the cologne that I have. Which kind of, it's like this, it's called rum something, but it actually smells kind of like Old Spice, and I love that, like that Old Spice smell. And so I used all that, and I mean, I just wore my Whitney Houston t-shirt and some jeans, and I wore the gray flannel Birkenstocks and stuff. I actually wore my blue, that bright blue coat epoxy coat, but I feel good. So if I got home earlier, I probably would have filmed more videos. But I think, so Alex texted me, we've been texting back and forth, and he was like, I totally forgot that I have this dinner, like this work dinner tonight, because it shouldn't go too late. He was like, but it starts at like 6 o'clock, so I probably will be home at like 8 or 8:30. And I was like, don't worry about it. And he's like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I was like, babe, it's whatever. So I don't know, like after I get done with this vlog, I'm gonna get this vlog rendered, and then I'm gonna get it, like start uploading it. And then I think I'm either gonna take a nap or I'm gonna take a walk. To be honest with you, every time we hit Trader Joe's, I get exhausted. Like I'm ready to take a nap. And today was no different. We got out at Trader Joe's, and I was like, God, I'm really ready for a nap. And I told Caroline, I was like, I wanna walk tonight, but I'm like, if I start walking, I won't wanna walk for just 15 or 20 minutes. Even if I just did 15 or 20 minutes, I'd be like, okay, that's something. But then when I hit the 15 or 20 minute mark, I'm like, no, you can go for a half an hour. You can go for an hour. I keep on pushing myself, So I want to walk, but I also kind of want to take a nap. So depending on all this, I think if I get done with the vlog and I'm still feeling inspired, well, we'll find out when I get done with the vlog. But anyway, I mean, things change for me minute by minute. I'm like holding this lighter to light these candles. But anyway, if I get done with this vlog, and I didn't vlog for very long last night, so I'm going to try to make this a little bit of a longer vlog. But if I get done vlogging tonight and I'm still feeling it, then I will go for a walk and then come back, take a shower, and then I might lay down and take a nap and then get up and watch some shows. Tomorrow, unless I get up tomorrow and I feel completely unmotivated, my plan is to film on almost all of my channels tomorrow. So that's my plan for tomorrow, but I mean, I can still sleep in and do all that. So I can sleep in tomorrow. I can watch my shows tonight. Tonight I have Survivor. Oh, The Golden Bachelor. Oh, it's a 2-hour finale. And I can't watch it until after midnight because it doesn't come on Hulu until after midnight. Let me light these candles. Do you know what's interesting is like inside when I light my candles last night, like last night I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles lit and the wax melt fireplace burner. And you know what? I had the sensational ones. I forgot about the wax melts because I haven't used them for so long. I just started using them again. I know I'm all over the place. I'm gonna have to get some order to this vlog here in just a second, but I've been trying to use like the different I have so many wax melts. I should do a whole video where I go through all of them. I have probably, I have bags underneath where I was gonna clean that whole area out. I bet I have 150, and that's a really fair estimate, maybe even more, little packages of the wax melts, because I used to use them all the time, And so the ones I've used the last couple nights is the Woodwick, I think it's called Fireplace. I really, really like those. But last night I used the Apple Cinnamon Sensationals. I think you can get them at Walmart. And I forgot, when I pulled them out, I was like, I think these are really good. Like, I think these ones smell really strong. Oh my God, they smell so good. They're real cheap. They're like $1.99 and you get like 12 of them. They come in like a pack like that big. Hey, how are you? And, I'm lighting all my candles. I'm even lighting my little elderberry candle. You know what? I didn't get my mail. I should have got my mail. I have something to tell him, but a little neighbor. So my neighbor yesterday, she was calling me and we were talking about some stuff. And then we were talking like later, and she was texting me last night. Remember I said yesterday in my vlog, I was like, we were talking about stuff, but it wasn't really HOA drama. Well, it kind of turned into some HOA drama that he would actually be interested in. Because it really doesn't have anything to do with me, but it does kind of have to do with like this area and stuff like that. And she kind of found out about it, but anyway, it has to do with the lakes and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask him if he had heard about it. But anyway, the lake assessments and our HOA fees are going up. Did I already talk about that? They're going up like $30 this year. And that has a lot to do with the lakes. But anyway, we'll get to that in some other time. HOA drama. I was thinking last night, I was like, okay, we're halfway, when I said this the last time, people laughed, but we're almost halfway through November. So we've got December, January, February, March, and then it's going to be warm season out again, April and May, and then the pool opens. So, should we look at the pool countdown? Let's look at the pool countdown. I haven't looked at the pool countdown since the last time I looked on here. 198 days until the pool opens. 198 days, 7 hours, 58 minutes, and 31 seconds. So yeah, so tomorrow my plan is to get up and film on probably almost all of my channels. If I finish the Laura Dave book, then I'll do the BookTube video review of that tomorrow. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, 1,000 Pound Sisters if I watch that, or Golden Bachelorette finale or something. I'll probably do for my Peter Watches TV channel. I don't know, I gotta sit down and go through my list to make my list of what I'm gonna do. Now my feet are hot, so I'm gonna take my shoes off. But I will tell you what I started last night that I really wanna watch tonight is that last night I got caught up on Elsbeth. So I'm completely caught up on Elsbeth until I think the next episode comes out on Thursday. I was kind of sad when I got caught up with it because I was like, I was loving binging Elsbeth and Matlock, and now that I'm caught up on it, it's like I don't, have to watch it every night. So I was like, what should I watch? I was going through everything, and I was like, nothing really was looking that good to me. Well, a couple of you had said to me that Escape from Dan Morrow was good, and so it has Patricia Arquette, who's like one of my favorite actresses of life in there, and Benicio del Toro, who I think is, he is so handsome, so hot. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to watch this. And so I started watching it, and I was like immediately into it. It was interesting because it's a Showtime original. So like Your Honor, it must have been on Showtime first, and now it's on Netflix. And so for me, it seems new, but it must be out for a while because I said something to Caroline today. She's like, oh yeah, it's so good. And I was like, you've watched it already? She's like, yeah, I watched it when it first came out like a while ago. So it must have come out, I think it came out like in 2018 or something like that. But it is, I'm halfway through the 3rd episode. It is really, really, really good. So it's about Patricia, based on a true story, about Patricia Arquette that works at, I don't want to like ruin it for anybody, so she works at this prison and she gets very close to several of the inmates, and then there must be like an escape. Last night I was gonna like Google the real story and stuff, but I was like, I don't want it to ruin the show for me. So that's what I really want to watch tonight, because I would love to just binge watch that. It's so good, the acting is so fantastic, the storytelling is so good, the music, it's like the soundtrack, it's like Bob Dylan, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Johnny Cash and Bob Dylan, the Girl from North Country, and which was one of my mom's favorite songs. There's so much good music in it. But anyway, so that's what I want to watch. But I'm loving, like, at night, it's so weird because when I'm sitting downstairs, it still very much feels like Boo Radley is like upstairs with Alex asleep, but like I actually took pictures of it the other night. Hold on, I don't remember who I was sending it to. Did I show these pictures to you guys? I feel like maybe I did. I think I sent them to Nikki. Oh, I just took pictures at Target of all these Christmas books that I want to get. One is called One Big Happy Family. This one's called Mistletoe Mystery. I don't know anything about these books. The Christmas Fix. I just took a picture. A Jingle Bell Mingle. That's actually by Julie Murphy. Oh, I love Julie Murphy so much. Oh, this is not Christmas, but The Glass Girl. It's about an alcoholic. Has anybody ever read that book before? I never even heard of it. Okay, but where are the pictures up? Okay, so here's the kitchen late at night. Are you ready? So here's what it looks like late at night with all the candles lit. And you can see the fireplace over there on the counter. I think I took a picture just of the fireplace. Oh, I did. So that's what the fireplace looks like late at night. The little fireplace wax melt. No, I have not called about the... I also like these watches from Nixon. Do you guys like those? I like that one, and I like that one. So... But anyway, I've not called the fireplace yet. I was actually thinking about that today. I was telling Caroline about the wax melt thing, and I was like, oh, I should call the fireplace place right now. The fireplace place, but I didn't. But I'm really enjoying, like, you know, having, like, it all candlelit and watching, like, a thriller and sitting in the chair. Like, it's just so relaxing to me, and it's interesting because there's moments where I kind of, like, forget that Boo isn't here. Caroline actually asked me that today. She's like, are you still having moments, like, because when she's lost dogs where you kind of, like, forget? And I was like... Not as much as I did, you know, 2 weeks ago, but yes. And then we got out of the car, and, like, my first thought was, gotta take Boo Radley out. And then, like, of course, that went away real quick. But I still think about the little guy all the time. So, yeah. So, last night... Let's go back to talking about last night and today. So, since I'm all over the place... But I started watching that show last night, Escape from Dan Mora. It's really, really good. It's very well done. And I was, like, immediately into it. So I would have binge watched the whole thing. So tonight, my plan is to binge watch that. I'll probably watch the Golden Bachelor finale, but I might wait till tomorrow. I already know who she picks because I looked it up. Remember when I did that the other night? Survivor I will definitely watch tonight. Caroline and I were talking about Survivor. I'm loving this season of Survivor. I love every season of Survivor. I just like watching it. And then I'll probably watch Escape to Danmora. 1,000 Pound Sisters, it never, like, I don't know why it's not recording on our cable, but it didn't come up on my cable last night for me, like in our library. And then it's supposed to come out on a Max the next day, so I don't know if it's still there. I guess, or if it's up there yet, I guess I could look and see. Now I've got that song that, now I'm going to North Country Fair. Okay, let's see. Oh, it is out. 1,000 Pound Sisters is a new episode, so I'll probably watch that tonight. Maybe I'll do my video on that tomorrow on my Peter Watches TV channel. So I'll watch 1,000 Pound Sisters tonight and Survivor. I'll probably watch 1,000 Pound Sisters before midnight since it's already out. And then I'll watch Survivor after midnight because it comes on after midnight. I'm recording these shows too, so I can really watch them at any time. But anyway, and then maybe the Golden Bachelorette finale, but I might save that till tomorrow night. And then... the Escape to Danmora. And then tomorrow night, Alex and I will probably watch all the Housewives. He'll come home tonight and he'll be real tired. He stayed up super, super late last night watching TV. He stayed up till like 1:45 in the morning. He came downstairs and gave me a kiss goodnight. And I said, are you, because I had my AirPods in, so I couldn't hear that. When I know he's going to bed is when he turns on the fan. And I was like, are you still up? He was like, yeah. He was like, I just got into this TV show and I couldn't really sleep. And I said, you're going to be so tired in the morning, because he had to leave here at 6:30 this morning. So, I mean, he's going to be exhausted tonight when he gets home. My husband is somebody that needs sleep. Like, you know, I mean, he needs sleep. And if he doesn't get it, it kind of catches up with him, you know? But anyway, so, last night, Alex took me to Tanya's house. And then Tanya and I got coffee, and then we went to the meeting. It was packed. Our meeting was, like, packed last night. And we hadn't actually, it was our home group meeting. We hadn't actually been there in quite some time. And a lot of the people that we, like our friends were like, yeah, we haven't been here for a while. And it was like, and then people that do come regularly were like, oh my God, it's like, it's really busy tonight. And it was really good seeing a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a long time. Tanya went outside like right when the meeting was over. So we separate into small groups. And she went outside after our group. Our group was like over first. And I stood inside and I talked to a friend of mine for a long time. We were talking about, he was telling me stuff that was going on with him. And then I talked to another friend of mine. She and I talked for a long time, and then I went outside and Tanya was like ready to go. So we went home, then we went to the gas station on the way home and got fountain pops last night. Got a fountain pop. And then, she took the long way home. We were just laughing and telling stories and stuff. It was so fun last night. We had such a good time. It was so nice. You know, I was telling Alex this last night when we talked. It's not just about, like, I think maybe sometimes I miscommunicate this to people. Like, I'll say, like, I don't ever leave the house, or I don't ever get out of the house. It's not really about leaving the house. Like, this is so funny, I don't know why, I like looked in there and saw it, but last night, Tanya was sitting in front of me at the meeting, and she was holding her keys, because she didn't bring like a bag or anything, she didn't have a coat on. I go, do you want me to take your keys? So I put her keys in, and I wore this coat last night. But anyway, I love our house. You know, I love my front porch. I love the neighbors. It's not so much about leaving the house. To be honest with you, I'd be completely content just being here every day. That's part of the problem, is that I am sometimes too content being here too much. And that I don't, like, get out and interact with a lot of people. Like, it's starting to become a little weird for me. Like, last night, you know, to go out to, like Alex and I talked about starting to do, like, date night again. Because it's been something that's kind of, like, gone away a little bit. So we're going to start picking a night and doing date night every week. And not just, like, out to dinner, but, like, doing, like, going to see Christmas lights, or walking on the canal, or, you know, going to do some activity, like making a candle, or, you know, just whatever, you know, a drive out in the country or something like that. But we're going to go, you know, or go to the art museum and go to a gallery and stuff like that. So we talked about that last night. And, because a lot of it was, like, especially, like, towards the end, like, with Boo, is, like, we felt like we always had, like, we need to get back here, But last night was, like, it was the first time I've kind of felt it in a while, like, going into the meeting. I felt a little, like, my social anxiety was really coming back. Like, I don't know why this coat is bothering me right here, like, this, where it's turning up. But my social anxiety was coming back to me a little bit. Like, I felt very awkward walking into the meeting. Not because of the people or anything like that. It was just being around people in general. Because I'm not that much. Unless it's, like, my neighbors, and it's 2 or 3 neighbors that I see, you know? It even felt kind of weird just being, like, I mean, Alex and I go to brunch, and that's it, you know? Caroline and I run errands, and we go into a store, but interacting with people, it felt, like, even driving in Tanya's car to the meeting last night felt weird. I don't even know how to explain it. So, for me, it's not about just leaving the house. It's that I think, like, I need to start, like, interacting with people a little bit. Like, I think I'm getting a little too used to my own company, you know? It was interesting because Tanya and I talked last night. She's like, because I was telling her about, like, my therapy session and stuff, and she's like, you and Alex need to go on a trip. She's like, you need to get away, Peter. She's like, you need to get away, and just lay on a beach, or, you know, go shopping or whatever, and be in a hotel room and just connect. And it was interesting because I wasn't going to really bring it up again to Alex. And when I came home last night, he was like, you know, I've been thinking about this trip thing. So anyway, but we had a good time last night, and went to the meeting, and then she brought me home, and Alex was watching the show. So I came home, and the vlog was done. And so I posted the vlog, got it posted, and then I went upstairs, and that's when he and I talked for, like, I mean, like, we had like a 2-hour conversation about all kinds of stuff. We kind of just checked in on each other, and to see how we were doing, like, with the Boo stuff. And I talked to him a lot about my therapy session, and he told me, like, what he's thinking about and what he's going through. And we talked about a possible trip. He suggested maybe us going to Denver and visiting our friends that are a couple that live out there. I said, you know, if we're going to go do something like that, like I said in the vlog yesterday, like, I don't want to spend the money when a third of that we could go to, I said, I would rather sit on a beach. He's like, well, I would love to sit on a beach too. So, I don't know, we're going to talk about it this week. I think if we do it, it'll just kind of be spur of the moment. Kind of, I mean, not literally like we're leaving tomorrow, but, like, it's not going to be something we plan out for 3 months ahead of time. You know, it's just going to be like, let's just pick a place and go. Part of the problem is I did look a little bit last night, and when we were looking the other day, I mean, just the change in a couple days can make a difference, right? And we were looking a couple days, like Aruba was one of the places we were looking at. I looked last night. It's like literally the prices have doubled, and I was like, how can this possibly be, you know? But they have, so I don't know. We'll figure out something. And I don't know when that'll be, but probably sometime between now and the end of January. These little dogs are so cute. Everybody is all bundled up. Like, they have, like, hats, and she has a scarf on and a winter coat. I mean, cold to walk out. Well, part of it is too, like, the other night when I was walking, it was like a little windy, and so like it's brisk, especially when I was walking down the hill, like the wind was coming up on me, and I had shorts on, because I wear those compression shorts and stuff. But Alex and I talked for a long time, and then I went downstairs. That was when I was finished. He came down. What time did I start that show? Because I came downstairs. I didn't really like talk on the phone or anything last night that much. I lit all the candles. I was going to take a nap, and then I was like, when we got done with our talk, it was like late, and I was like, if I lay down now, I should just go to bed for the night. And I also knew that I had to get up earlier today because Caroline was picking me up at 12:15. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch TV and then I'll go to bed early. That was my plan. I ended up staying up till like 4:30 or 5. I can't remember what time I went to bed, but I stayed up late. Because I was so into that show. I could have stayed up till like 7 and watched that show. So I lit all the candles, and then I was in a chair. I was playing solitaire, and I was like leaning in the chair. I was like watching my iPad, and I was playing solitaire, and he came around the corner. Well, I thought he was asleep, because at that point it was like, it was late. I mean, it was like really late. And I was like, so when he came around the corner, he like, and I was like, he goes, did I scare you? I go, yeah, I thought you were asleep. And he leaned down and gave me a kiss. He goes, I'm going to bed now. I want to say goodnight. I was like, okay. So he went to bed, and then I watched the shows, and I stayed up, and I came out here last night to do my prayers and meditations. It really helps me to focus to do my prayers and meditations outside. Like, I look at the stars and stuff like that. And it was so cold outside last night. It was like really, really cold. This coat is driving me crazy. I don't know if I remember this from last year, but I will tell you one of the things I don't like about this coat is the bottom of it is kind of like rounded. I don't know why it's bothering me. Maybe it's because I usually wear a hoodie with this. I don't know, but this is like, I don't want to turn it over like that because it's corny, but it's like driving me crazy, so I'm going to have to do that. But anyway, so I finally went to bed last night late, and I slept good, but I would like fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep, and wake up. But every time I went back to sleep, I fell asleep, because I woke up one point, he had like gotten up, and he was like on his phone, because he always gets up and he like looks through every like social media, emails, and all that stuff. So he was like looking through his phone and stuff like that, and I was like, do you have to get up already? He was like, yeah. He was like, I'm actually running a little bit late. So then he got out of bed, and then I fell back asleep. Then I got up today, and my alarm went off. I like snoozed it one time, and then I got up and like got right in the shower, started playing some music. What was I playing? When Caroline got here, I was playing something. I think it was like the Indigo Girls. Why do I think it was the Indigo Girls? I don't know. Because I was playing it on my, sitting out here waiting for her. What was it that I was listening to? It was the Indigo Girls, second time around cover. But anyway, and then Caroline came, and then we started talking about something right away, and so we were going to Fortville, which you have to take the interstate to go to Fortville, like up and then through these side streets. And so I said, can we go get coffee somewhere? I don't really care, even if it's just gas station coffee. And so then we went, but we were talking, and then we got on the interstate, and I said, we totally forgot to get coffee, and just started laughing. And I was like, okay, well, when we get to Fortville, so just anywhere, I don't really care. So we went to she had to go pick up this upholstery shop, but then right next to this upholstery shop, where it used to be, it's like a bank vault, and these people turned it into this store. It's so cute. It has all these like Christmas decorations in the front of it, and in the back they had like men's like flannel shirts, and they had like all of this stuff for like making cocktails, but then they also had like candles and soaps and stuff. It was just like, it was a place where you could buy like gifts, and they were reasonably priced. They had tons of candles in there, and they were really, I don't remember what the brand of the candles were, but the guy that owned the store, he was really, really nice. He and this woman, like, he on the front and she on the back, and so we started talking to them, and he was like, his old store, where it was, well, anyway, I started talking to him about, he knew Melissa and Jason, and so I was like, oh, do you know Melissa and Jason? He was like, yeah. He was like, I like designed their couch for them. They have this fantastic couch in their house. It's like this, like, it's not an L-shaped couch, it's like a U-shaped couch. And he's like, I designed and built their couch for them. I was like, oh my God, they love that couch. Like, they're obsessed with that couch. He was so nice. This guy was so nice. And so So anyway, so we talked to him for a while. He was really, really nice. But that area is so cute. And Caroline, it was like all like, it's like Zionsville, like where I used to drive, where it's like the brick cobblestone streets, and it's like real small little restaurants and stuff. So Caroline and I were like, well, let's come back here and go to lunch someday and just do a little shopping in these stores and stuff like that. I told her next week, we went to Costco today, and everybody at Costco was buying the Christmas wreaths. And Caroline's like, I can't believe they're buying Christmas stuff already. And I said, I'm putting my Christmas stuff, I'm pulling it out this week. She goes, really? And I said, yeah, and next week, the camera stopped. I can't believe I'm at 30 minutes already. And I said, and next week if they have their stuff, because they only had the wreaths at Costco. They didn't have the planters. I want the planters. And then we went to Trader Joe's, and she's like, I can't believe they have all their greenery out too. I said, Caroline, everybody's decorating early this year. And, but Trader Joe's greenery was real sad. It was like, I mean, it was like the saddest. She bought some flowers there. She's like, they have the best flowers. I'm like, no, they don't, Caroline. They just don't at all. But they had like these really sad kind of wreaths with like these really sad like red bows on them. I was like, I'm not doing all that. The Costco ones are 100 times better. So we came back from Fortville and we went to the post office box. I had one box and I had like 3 letters. And then we went to Costco after that. And then where did we go after Costco? Oh, Trader Joe's. Before I went to Trader Joe's, there was like a furniture store right next to it. And so Caroline's looking for a shelf. She said a shelf, but what she meant was bookshelves. And so we went in there. The store's called like Nudia or something. It's like plain furniture. It's very cool. But some of it was some of it was really cool and some of it was junk. And so we looked around. I actually liked a lot of it. I thought it was kind of pricey. And then we went to Trader Joe's. I ended up talking to this woman. She was like in the frozen food section. I was like waiting for Caroline. And she was getting like they have all their Christmas stuff out. So all their Christmas cookie. And it was like this one cookie. It's like, you know, their stuff is not just like a Christmas sugar cookie. It's like it's like a cookie that's like a traditional cookie that you would eat in like wherever. And so like when you read it, it says like traditional something cookie that you drink with wassail. And so it's like real cool stuff like that at Trader Joe's. And this woman was getting all this stuff. It was like 12 days of like different kinds of caramels. And she's like, these are great for like, you know, the mailman and like doctors and stuff. She was getting all this stuff. And she's like, I'm actually not from Indianapolis. I'm from Lafayette, which is like where Purdue is. It's like an hour and a half north of here. And she was like, I'm just down here to come to Trader Joe's. Because I guess they don't have Trader Joe's up there. I don't know. But she's like, I love all this stuff. This stuff is so cool and whatever. Because they had this like not butter toffee, English toffee thing. But it was like this canister. It was this big. It was $10.99. And I said to Caroline, I said, I would love that for like one piece, but I don't need the entire $10.99 thing. And she was looking. That's how the whole conversation started. She looked at me and she goes, well, I do. And she started laughing and she took 2 of them. She's like, they make great gifts. Trader Joe's, Caroline's like, I need to like come in there. One of the things they have that's really, really cool is they have for I think it's $2.99 or $3.99. I was gonna get them and do a video about it, but I was like, who'd care? But maybe next week I will. It's like a paper bag thing that you buy, but it's like sealed at the top and the bottom, and it's mystery bags. So you know, like when people like at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and stuff like that, people bring their reusable bags. Well, these are their reusable bags from all over the country, like, or all over the world. That like they have different world bags and they're from different countries, like Peru and, you know, places, India and places like that. Very cool bags. And the recycled bags that like people bring in there to shop with. And so for this mystery package for like $2.99 or $3.99, you get 3 of the reusable shopping bags. So I actually thought that would be kind of a cool Christmas present. But so yeah, so we went to Trader Joe's, and then this candle is so done. Look at this. You can't see it. She's so done. Here, I'll show you now. No, you can't see it. Ah! Is the wax burning up? We went to Target, and we kept on driving around because they're building like a restaurant from Target. I thought it was an Applebee's, and Caroline goes, no, Applebee's is going out of business. They're not building any more Applebee's. I was like, are you sure about that? And then I started talking about, oh God, this sounds so good. Why does Olive Garden sound so good to me right now? What is it about Olive? I don't know, but Olive Garden sounds so good to me right now. So I haven't had Olive Garden in years. So we started talking about Olive Garden, and then we went to Target. And then she was like, what do you need? And I was like, buckets. And she's like, you don't need anything else but buckets. I was like, well, I want to look at their native stuff too. But I found the shampoo in they must have had like a kiosk, not a kiosk, but like a shelf in front along the aisle the last time I bought the stuff. because I could not find the lotion and the shower gel and all that kind of stuff. And the shampoo and the conditioner that I found, they only had the scents that I saw there before. Like they had the Honeycrisp apple and the cider and all that kind of stuff, but they didn't have like the candy cane. They didn't have the candy cane. They didn't have the sugar cookie and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I will not be buying any of the native stuff today, because I was going to buy it, review it, do another review of it. I'll probably just buy it online. I'll probably buy like 3 of the scents online. This stuff's expensive though. I actually noticed when I was there, the shampoo and conditioner was like $9.99 for shampoo, $9.99 for conditioner, and it's like a big bottle. The shampoo and conditioner is cheaper than like the deodorant, the shower gel, and the lotion. I was kind of surprised by that, but does anybody know, like, does anybody like their shampoo and conditioner? I mean, one of the things I love about having white hair is that I can, this is my hair with like, right out of the shower with a hat on, with no product in it whatsoever. But one of the things I love about having white hair is that like I don't have to use like certain kinds of shampoo and conditioner. I love shampoos and conditioners that smell good. So like for that, I would buy that because they have the different scents. But has anybody used the shampoo and conditioner, and do you like it? What I'm using right now, I have 3 different shampoos and conditioners. I'm using, I switch them off and on. I'm using the Gauge for men shampoo and conditioners, which I love. It smells like Creed cologne. I get that from my hairstylist. And then I'm using the Sunbum clarifying shampoo and conditioner that I have from this summer. I love that as well. And then today I used the Oribe Silverati shampoo and conditioner that's supposed to bring out like the whiteness of your hair. Do you think it worked? I don't know. But anyway, I don't use that one every day because it's like it'll turn your hair a little blue if you use it every day. So yeah, so that was that. And then ran into a friend of mine at Target that actually Caroline had met when we went to the Restoration Hardware opening. So I talked to her for a couple minutes. So it's good seeing her. And then we left. And then on the way home, she went like a different way. And I said, oh my God, I totally forgot Diet Dr. Pepper. I should have just got it. I was actually, this is why I forgot it, because I was looking for the Shirley Temples 7-Up, which I can't find anywhere. So Caroline's like, just buy the Sprite, the cherry Sprite, or the cherry 7-Up. And I go, no, I want the Shirley Temple 7-Up. They have cherry 7-Up. And then she said something about the Sprite. And I was like, well, I would compare it to that, but I want the Shirley Temple 7. It's called Shirley Temple 7-Up. I'm not buying it on Amazon because it'll be like $30 for like, you know, a 6-pack or something, or like a 12. And I don't know that I like it that much, that I want that much of it, you know. Elsbeth, it's so funny. She drank Shirley Temples always on the show. And I can remember when I was a little kid drinking Shirley Temples, and like when we would go to restaurants, I can remember always. It's weird my response to this as an adult looking back on it. I can remember loving Shirley Temples. But I also remember like when, more with my dad, not so much with my mom, but when we would go to restaurants and like my dad would have a drink, like a cocktail. He was a gin and tonic drinker when I was growing up. That he would have like a gin and tonic, and I would order a Shirley Temple. And a Shirley Temple very much felt to me like, well, we would call them kitty cocktails back in the day. You know, it's interesting because I don't think we really thought through that back in the day. I don't think my parents did. I don't put this on them or blame them or anything for it. But I can remember them being like, sometimes they would bring them out in cocktail glasses, like with a cherry in it and stuff like that, you know, because it's made with grenadine and 7-Up. Almost kind of like normalizing the process of cocktail hour. I don't know, it's just like, it's weird to me in retrospect. I mean, I'm sure there's millions of people out there that drank Shirley Temples that are not alcoholics. But I think it's interesting for me, being an alcoholic in recovery, looking at that and being like, I did though, you know, like I can remember that it wasn't like the restaurant's problem or my dad or my mom's problem. It was my fascination with this cocktail hour, or you know, like even like on New Year's, like, and I'm not telling anybody not to do this. I know my fair share of people that did all this kind of stuff and they're not alcoholics. I think I'm an alcoholic because genetically I was born an alcoholic, and I think I have the gene, and I think that's why I am. I don't think if I never drank a Shirley Temple, I'd still be an alcoholic. I don't think that has much to do with it. I just think it's interesting in retrospect. Like, I think I had probably more of a fascination with like drinking certain like sodas out of like a cocktail glass than probably most kids did. Or, you know, on New Year's, drinking like sparkling grape juice in a champagne glass probably meant something to me differently than it did to other people. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't know if, and maybe you wouldn't get it unless you're an alcoholic, but it was like my fascination with that whole world was probably, I mean, like any other kid that was probably like with their parents, like cheering, you know, soda or water or whatever, sparkling apple juice on New Year's Eve, probably just was like, cheers. To me, it was like, ooh, I'm holding a glass of champagne. I mean, to me, it was all about that, you know? I don't know. But anyway, meeting was so good last night. It was so good to see a bunch of people I hadn't seen for a long time. You know, it's weird as I get older. The meetings that I go to are kind of like all over town. And so it's like when I go to meetings near my house, which if I go to them, I usually go like earlier in the day. Like I see a different group of people than I see at my home group. It's weird because our home group is like, you know, I've been going to it for so long at this point that like a lot of the people that I know that go there, like some of our friends have, like many of our friends have over 40 years of sobriety, over 45, coming up on 50 years of sobriety. And it's strange because like, I mean, I met them when they were like my age or younger, you know, and now they're 70 or something, you know, and most of them are not here during the winter. You know, most of them have like homes in Florida or Arizona or Georgia, you know, North and South Carolina, places like that. So they go other places during the winter. And so I don't see them for 3 or 4 months, you know, and it's interesting. Yeah. So tonight, when I get done vlogging, I am going to, like I said, render the vlog. I put everything away that I got already. I didn't really have that much stuff. I had the buckets and some stuff. But, yeah, I was gonna, like, I thought if I did buy a bunch of stuff, I'd probably do, like, a haul today, but I didn't even have enough stuff. I mean, what am I gonna do? Show 2 buckets that were $5.99 each. Woo! People are probably like, well, that's how we feel, Peter, most days about your hauls. Woo! I know, I love a good haul, though. But, yeah, after I get the vlog rendered, I don't know, I'm kind of starting to wake up a little bit, so I'll probably, the more I talk, so I probably will take a walk. It's just cold, and it's dark, but then when I say that, right, like this is my, like we say in recovery, first thought bad, second thought good. Like my second thought about that is, well, I mean, it's gonna, like my friend said to me last night, I have this friend of mine, he's like 80, 85, and I was sitting next to him before the meeting started, and he goes, it's getting so dark so early, and I go, yep, and he goes, it happens every year, he goes, I've noted, he's real funny, like real sarcastic, you know, and I go, yep, and he's like, it seems so weird that we've got like 60 days and still it starts getting light again. He's like, you know, I think about that every year. He's a really nice guy. So anyway, but it's like, I think about that, right? Like, if I'm going to use the cold and dark as an excuse to not walk, then I'm not going to be walking for the next 3 months. Because this is going to be the condition of what it's going to be like. I mean, the fact that we don't have any snow yet, I mean, it's crazy, right? So it's just going to get colder and darker. Like, you know, I mean, it's not going to get like any better. So I can't use that as an excuse. Did I talk about the casino already? Okay, so when I was talking to my therapist yesterday, he was like, I think it might be good for you to like, just like go, you know, just have some fun. And he was like saying it was good for me to like go out with Tanya and go with Caroline today, which both of those things were fantastic. But he's like, why don't you just go to the casino for the night? You haven't been to the casino in forever. And I was like, yeah, maybe I will. And so today when we were out, I can't even remember where we were, and I was like, it went through me in like 10 seconds. I was like, oh, I think maybe tonight, because Alex is going to be coming home from dinner, he's going to be so tired, he'll want to go to bed early, like tonight would be I don't have to get up super early tomorrow, tonight would be a good night to go to the casino. As soon as it came into my mind, it left. I was like, I don't want to take an Uber to the casino, I don't want to get stuck at the casino, I don't really want to go by myself to the casino, you know, and so like it went in like one ear out the other. No, it like literally went through my brain like in that quick, and I just was like, I'd rather sit at home and light my candles. And I mean, I have fun when I go to the casino, but I also spend money. It's not fun for me anymore when I go and I don't know that many people. Valerie watches all of my vlogs, so hey Valerie, how are you? And she texted me the other day and she goes, you didn't finish our story about the casino. She goes, about stories. So I guess I started this story about stories the other day. So when Valerie and I would go to the casino, We had a lot of nicknames for people. Not mean nicknames, but just nicknames for people, right? Because we didn't remember a lot of these people's names, unless we did know their names, and then we, But, we didn't know a lot of these people's names, so we would have, like, nicknames for them and stuff like that. But one of our overall nicknames, I've told this before, I don't know, she watches girl, you watch my vlogs enough, you know that I've told this story before, but one of our overall nicknames for a lot of different people was called Stories. And Stories was when you would sit next to somebody, and you sit down at this machine, right? And you'd be like, oh God, I hope I hit on this machine, and get some bonuses. And the person next to you, it'd be like some like 80-year-old guy, and he'd be like, yep, hit $10,000 on that machine last night, and then instantly you're effed, right? Like if somebody hit it for $10,000 last night, you're not going to. But then you're like, but I can't get up and move now, right? And you're like, oh really? Congratulations. Yep. And then turn around, hit another 4 on it 2 minutes later, and then you're like, well now why am I wasting my money? But then it's all about stories, right? And he's like, yep, and over there on that machine 2 weeks ago, I hit $5,000 on a bonus. Couldn't believe it. Stories. And so that's what, because one night, I think it all started with Valerie. One night, she was talking to somebody. This woman told her something like she had won $40,000 like the month before and then spent it all back or something. It was something insanity. And so I said something to Valerie. I said, I can't remember how it came up. This is like a long time ago. And because it was in a different room. The casino looked completely, the casino is like, they've done major construction. It doesn't even look the same anymore. I can see us. We're like back in this old room. And I said to her, I can see the woman and everything that she was talking to. And I said, the woman got up and I said, what was she telling you? And she goes, stories. And I go, stories? And she goes, I go, stories about what? She goes, how she won and lost all of her money in a month or something like that. So then that's how we started talking about stories that we would always call. So when if I was looking over and Valerie be sitting there, playing her machine, because we always sat like not too far apart, but we wouldn't always sit right next to each other. And so I'd look over and there'd be somebody just, talking to her, and I'd look over and I go, stories. We just already text it to her like stories. Because we text each other and be like, did you get any bonuses or you winning or whatever. Anyway, I miss going to the casino with Valerie. She told me she was going to gather her pennies and come down here. We're going to go to the casino one of these days. I'm waiting. It's been a year, Valerie. It's been a year. I'm waiting. I told Valerie, I said, oh, girl, I'll get you a hotel room. Why don't you come down here one night, hang around, see people in Indianapolis that and then we'll go to the casino that night, and then you can go back up north the next day. But anyway, one of these days we will. I miss Valerini, but we keep in touch. We text each other and stuff like that and talk. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about having just a laid back night tonight. It's something about what happened in therapy yesterday, and you guys were so nice. I just want to say thank you so much. You've been so supportive. I mean, you guys always are, but not just through like the Boo Radley stuff and the accident before that and pancreatitis and everything. Everything in my life, you guys have been so supportive, but just in the other day talking about this stuff, and so many people were like, Peter, take as much time as you need to. Like, if you need to take some days and whatever, like, first of all, the vlog is very cathartic for me, so unless I'm like sick or I can't do something, like, this is really helpful for me. And I just want to say, if it weren't for you guys watching it, then I wouldn't have this outlet, and I really appreciate that. But saying it, like talking to my therapist about it, and then saying it on video, and then you guys being like, yeah, take as much, like I talked about this being a safe place. Like it really helped me realize, like, if I do need to take some time off, take some time off. And so like now, I don't know why, but it's like this weight has been lifted from me. Like I want to make videos. And so if I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, yeah, I make videos, then I'm going to make videos. But I also feel like this freedom came in talking about it. It feels strange. I don't know. Forever it was a joke that I was going to take, I was going to take today off, but that was a joke, right? But in reality, like in all reality, in all seriousness, there does feel this freedom just in the last 24 hours since talking about it on here. Or like, I don't feel this pressure anymore, like, okay, I want to make all these videos tomorrow. Like, if I wake up tomorrow and I feel like I want to make all these videos, then I will. If I wake up tomorrow and I feel like I'm just going to vlog, or that's all I want to do, I don't feel the pressure anymore. And that was, you guys gave me that. Allowing me to talk about it and giving me a safe place to talk about it, but then also, like, recognizing that if I need to do that, I can do that, you know, and I almost want to say I really, really appreciate that. So yeah, appreciate it. Oh, bloody, oh, blada, life goes on, na, 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 life goes on. I will say this, though, okay, about being around people. I am enough of, I know this surprises people, because, like, I make all these videos on all these different channels, and I'm very talkative and whatever, right? But, like, what is the saying that, like, there's like this new classification, I don't know about all that, but that like extroverted introverts. And I've seen these memes online that like you're very socially awkward and have social anxiety, or you're introverted until you're around people that you love and you feel safe with, and then you're extroverted. That is totally me 100%. I just don't have a lot of people in my life that I feel that comfortable being around, or being myself around, right? I do feel like that on camera. But it doesn't also, my stomach is growling because I haven't eaten today. It also doesn't translate to like, what do I get on a vlog? 3,000 to 4,000 views or something like that. It doesn't translate to, it's interesting. I was thinking about this, well, okay, let me finish that thought. It doesn't translate for me when I'm sitting here right now. I mean, 3,000 people is a hell of a lot of people. Just think about that, okay? 3,000 people is a lot of people that are watching me sit on the front porch and talk about my life every day. I don't ever conceptualize that at all. I think also like the comment section for me is a little misleading to me as somebody that does this every day, because I don't know how many comments I get per vlog, but it's not representative of how many views I'm getting per vlog, right? Which is fine, I don't care. There's a lot of people, I get a lot, it seems like more recently, I think because of Boo Radley passing, I've gotten DMs from people, direct messages. I say that now because people have asked me, what does a DM mean? It's like a personal message on Facebook, direct message on Instagram, things like that. But I've gotten quite a few where people have said, I've watched you for a really, really long time, but I don't comment. But I wanted you to know that I was thinking of you and Alex. I've gotten quite a few direct messages like that. And so, here, let me just look through these videos and see what, like, the average comment is. Okay, so, like, last night's 49 comments, the night before 114, 104, 107, 143, 202, 257, wow, 121, 87, 169. So, anywhere between, like, 100 and 150 comments is average. Okay, well, 3,000 people watching the video, and the watch time is really high on all my vlogs, which means that the majority of people that are watching my vlogs are watching the majority of my vlog, which is kind of unheard of on YouTube. I think it's because people do kind of see it like a podcast. So I think the majority of you just kind of turn it on and you're doing other stuff in the background, which I live for. That makes me, I don't know why, that I'm just kind of like part of somebody's life while they're like cooking dinner or cleaning the house, putting on their makeup or whatever. I don't know, it just feels, it's just really nice. It's like, I guess I just never ever imagined that I would be part of somebody's routine, like that people would find comfort in just listening to me talk about the most random shit. I don't know, I don't even understand what's, to be honest with you, like attractive about that. Like it just, but it makes me very happy. You know, as somebody that grew up hating my voice, as somebody that grew up thinking that nobody wanted to listen to me or that I didn't have anything important to say because of how school was for me, the fact that there are people that, you know, couples that watch me or listen to me as they're going to bed at night, or have me on the background while they're cooking dinner, or, you know, getting the kids ready for school, or cleaning the house, or doing your makeup, or whatever. Like, that makes me really happy, you know? It makes me really, really happy. So many people will say to me, like, that they have to, like, drive cross-country or drive to, you know, do something. And, like, somebody just recently, not too long ago, reached out to me and said that they had to, like, go visit, like, I think it was their uncle in the hospital. They sent me a video. It was a really sweet video. I'm sorry that I don't remember what your name is, but it was a really sweet video. And it meant so much to me. And she was like, your vlogs and your videos are getting me through that. And she's like, I plug it in and I just listen to it like a podcast. You know, like as I'm driving, like I just listen to your voice, and it's so, like, you know, calming to me. Like that means so much to me, right? And I'm so super, who just texted me a long text? I'm so I have no idea what that is. And I'm so grateful for that, because it's not anything, I don't even know what got me started talking about all this. Wiggle your toes and you'll remember. But I'm grateful for it, you know? And, oh, this is what I was going to say. I was thinking about this the other night, that, like, when people reach out to me and they're like, I don't comment, it doesn't bother me that people don't comment. I'm sure that there are people that have watched me since day one over here for 8 years that have never once commented. That's totally, I don't expect that for people. I don't comment on videos when I watch videos. I don't hardly ever comment on videos. Partly because if I can't comment on somebody's video, I think that translates to an opinion sometimes, if that makes sense. That people will be like, oh, Peter commented on this video, blah, blah, blah. So I hardly almost never comment on videos. Unless it's something like, I think like Smokey Glow coming back and talking about her sobriety. I think I commented on that video and wished her like the best of luck. If it's something like that, like I will like be supportive and try to leave a supportive comment like that. But rarely do I ever leave comments on videos. I don't expect it from people. I know there's a lot of people that love to leave comments and they love to like have conversations. I get that too, right? I don't think I'm necessarily that person. It's one of the reasons why I like, and when I do it, I wish the opposite, that I would have saved it for video. Like, I don't like really like to get into the weeds in the comment sections, like responding and getting into it. Like, I would rather bring it to video and be like, oh, like, okay, this person said that, let me respond to it. Because I make videos, so I don't want to get into the weeds of the comment section, if that makes sense. I'd rather like respond to it on video and say like, this is how I feel about it. But I highly respect anybody that wants to leave a comment and have conversations and people that don't. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people, because you guys, some of you have let me know. But when you think about that, my vlogs are averaging about 3,000 or more views a day, and I'm getting 100 to 150 comments. That's not very many comments compared to how many people are watching the vlog. What's crazy to me is how many people are watching my vlog that I have no clue who they are whatsoever. Because they've never interacted with me. They probably don't even follow me on social media. They just turn on my vlog and somehow I'm part of their life. And to me, that is really, really cool. I'm so grateful for that, you know? But I feel very much like, hey! I feel very much, their dog is so cute. I feel very much like something, I don't know what it was, with therapy and then me talking about it. And I was, you know, it's interesting because sometimes the things that I am hesitant to talk about, not specific topics, I'm talking about like being vulnerable. Like I was a little scared to share that I'm not feeling motivated, because I thought that if I said that would translate to people would say, Peter doesn't want to make videos anymore. When that's not it at all. I love making videos. I feel so blessed. There are so many people walking right now. This is like, Peter, you need to go out and start walking. He had shorts on. I feel like it's a little cold for shorts. But anyway, I was afraid that if I said I'm not motivated in the mornings, that would translate to Peter doesn't want to make videos anymore. When that's not at all. I love making videos. I just feel stuck right now. Like Alex and I actually talked about it last night. He's feeling very similar to it. Like just kind of lost. Lost and stuck and not really knowing what's next. Because for so long, and I don't even know, it's like 50 different things, right? For so long our life has been us and a dog, or us and other dogs. And now that that piece is gone, it doesn't seem like that big of a thing, maybe in the grand scheme of things to some people. It's a huge deal to me. It's a huge deal to us. It's a huge deal to him, because it was a huge part of our lives, and now that huge part is gone. You know, somebody said something, it was so helpful to me. Somebody commented and they said, I totally get what so many people said they related to what I said, which I just want to say thank you. It made me feel heard. It made me feel, I felt validated in that moment a little bit. Like, wow, what I'm going through, like I'm not just talking nonsense. Other people feel this too. The battery just went to the halfway mark. I feel like I'm almost at an hour. I'm almost at an hour. Well, let me finish this part and then I'll go get another battery. But I'm not probably going to vlog forever tonight. But somebody said, it's very similar to, what you're feeling is very similar to being an empty nester when your kids leave to go to college. Like, your whole life is built around, and it's not. I mean, okay, having a dog is not the same as having a kid, all right? Do you know, it's interesting because I specifically said that when Boo Radley passed away. This is where, just listen to what I say, okay? I mean, just listen to what I say. I specifically said that. I said having a dog, like I know that we talk about fur babies and I don't have kids, so that's like my children, and it feels like that. It's not the same, okay? I 100% acknowledge that. I've acknowledged that for the last 8 years that I've been on this vlog. So, but it's not, I mean, it's not the same as raising a child, having a child go to kindergarten. I mean, I get that, right? But the feeling is similar. This person, I think it was a woman that was saying that when your children go off to college or leave the home, it's like, your purpose is gone it feels like your purpose is gone. I've had a lot of friends of mine that have said that to me when their children left for college. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. It is very similar to how I feel. I feel like that part of my purpose is gone, you know? And so many people have been like, well, maybe you should try this, maybe you should. I mean, there's a million different things I can try. I don't really know. I'll know. The camera stopped. I'm at an hour already. Well, I'm just gonna let it run out, and when the battery starts, turn it, when it's at the halfway mark, when it starts flashing, I'll go get another battery. And I appreciate all those suggestions. I mean, those suggestions mean you guys care about me. Like, that means a lot to me, right? And I appreciate that. But we're just figuring it out right now, you know? And I feel a little lost, and I feel, I'm thankful that this is such a safe place that I can come and share that. And that just means a lot to me. I'm really grateful for that, you know? And that people were so supportive of me, giving me suggestions. Oh, I went through the same thing. I relate to this. Even people that said I don't relate to this said, but I'm sorry that you're going through this. It was really kind, you know? And that means a lot to me. I mean, it means more than you guys probably even know. And I really appreciate that. So thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. But I was a little nervous about sharing that. Like, when I talk about being nervous to share certain things, it's not specific things like, you know, whatever that I'm worried about sharing. It's those kinds of things, because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Like, and I think that, you know, it's for a long time, like, I didn't want to say on video, like, when this did turn into being a job for me and I was able to make that transition, you know, I was afraid to say, well, this is my job, because then people would think, oh, well, he's doing this or he's doing that because he has to. It's like, you know, Zachary Michael, who I'm friends with, that, you know, makes videos anyway about other stuff. He did this video recently about some stuff that he's going through in his life. That's his story to tell, not mine. And I loved how he did it. Like, we were talking about it afterwards, and I loved how he addressed it. And he said, you know, I want to come back and make videos, but this is also my job. Like, this is, you know, what I do. And I think, like, that's part of it, right? But at the same time, it's like, if you come on here and you say, I'm really struggling to find motivation, I mean, that's why I feel like when I said it the other day, I wanted to normalize that for people, that you can love what you do every day, you know? You might even feel unmotivated taking care of your kids, or you might be unmotivated in your marriage that you're in, or you might be unmotivated in taking care of your house. It doesn't mean that you don't love your house. It doesn't mean that you don't love your kids. It doesn't mean that you don't love your husband or your job. It just means you're feeling unmotivated in life. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. And the way that I work through that is by talking it out. By talking to my therapist, by talking to my sponsor, my husband, my best friend, to you. And this is so cathartic for me. And this is why when I said the other day, I want to keep this a safe place for all people, okay? For all people. And including myself. Because I want this to be a place where we can share emotional responses to what we're going through in this world, and that it can be a real place. It makes me sad that we have stopped being able to have conversations with people about stuff. It's like, if you say I'm going through something, people immediately want to be like, well, it's this, or it's that, or this is what it is, or this is what it is. And it's like, maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it's not a diagnosis. Maybe it's not specifically because of this. Maybe it's a combination of stuff. Or maybe I just need to talk about it. You know? Maybe I just need to talk about it. And that's a lot of what it is for me. And you guys give me a place for that. And I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for the ability to have a safe place to come over here and share what's going on with my life. And one of the things that I absolutely love is that in the comment sections below, and I don't respond a lot to this, and that's by choice, because I feel like the comment section how do I want to say this? Like I said, typically, if I have something to say, every once in a blue moon, okay, I'll enter the conversation. But typically, I feel like if something's said in the comment section that I feel like I need to address, I'm going to address it on video. But what I love is when somebody will say something like, I'm going through like a really, really hard time, or I've gone through this loss. First of all, I want you to know, if I don't comment on it, don't think that doesn't mean that I don't care or that I didn't see it, because I always see it. I read every comment, okay? And when anybody says something like, I've lost a pet, or I'm going through this hard time, I stop and I say a prayer. I always do that on the comments. Or kind of like say something to myself about that, you know? Like, that's important for me to do. One of the reasons why I don't always comment on it is because if I try to and then I miss one or two people, I don't want those one or two people to be like, well, Peter commented on all these other people's things, but he didn't comment on mine. And I don't know what makes me different. Like, I don't want people to feel isolated. So I just kind of try to stay out of all of that, if that makes sense. But that doesn't mean that I don't see it. I want you to know that. And I feel for you guys. But what makes me, I think it's so cool, is that you feel so safe that you can share what you're going through. And what I love about it is, and like I say, this has nothing to do with me. This has to do with the kindness and compassion of the people that watch my videos. I'll see somebody share something. I could go in there from the last 24 hours, telemarketer, telemarketer calling me. I could go through the last 24 hours and I can tell you there's somebody that shared something on there, and there's probably 3 or 4 replies where people are like, I'm really sorry that you're going through that, or sending you lots of love, or prayers, or whatever, you know? I think, you know, it's weird saying prayers, because I think we live in this world where we're afraid to say, I'm praying for you, because then if that person doesn't have any spiritual or religious beliefs and they're offended by it, that's what I do. That's what I believe in, you know? I've said to my husband 1,000 times, my husband's a full-on atheist. I've said to him, I'm praying for you. He knows what that means. He means that's how I deal with stuff. That's not trying to be offensive to somebody else, you know? We're constantly so worried about all that kind of stuff. That's what I believe in. That doesn't mean that somebody else has to believe in. That's just what I do, you know? But sending love, positivity, prayers, a lot of it's the same thing to me, if you want to know the truth. Good vibes. All of it is just kind of good vibes, right? I think that's so cool that you guys are like that with each other in the comment sections, those of you that feel comfortable. I think it's so cool that so many of you feel comfortable sharing what you're going through, and that you feel like it's a safe place too. I want that, you know? I think when there's so much ugliness on social media, and there has been for so long. I'm somebody that I try to look at both sides of the coin. You know, I've made some great friendships online. I made some great friendships online through social media. I've learned a lot on social media. My job is on social media. I have 7 YouTube channels, you know. There's a lot on Instagram that makes me very happy. Rescue dogs and rescue animals and art and things like that, and finding out about new places to travel. I love all that. That being said, there's a lot on social media that makes me very sad. I think social media has eliminated the conversation that we should be having as human beings. You know, I don't see a lot of that going on anymore. But I think there's a lot of positive that comes with social media too. And I think that one of the things, and this, like I said, this isn't about me, this is about you, that you guys have all proven that do support each other in the comment sections and the Vloggerinos group and things like that, is that it's really ultimately a personal choice what you do with social media. You know, do you choose to be in the comment sections shredding people, being nasty, just sticking by, blah, 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 whatever, or are you willing to be supportive and kind and compassionate and loving? Like, that's a choice, right? Even when it comes to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, social media, YouTube comment sections, you know? And I think that it's been such a cool thing for me for so long that you guys do that in this vlog, and that's really meaningful to me. I don't know that I feel like there are a lot of really safe places on social media, and I don't know that there have been in the last couple years. And the fact that you guys have created, it's been you, not me. I'm not leaving comments down there, you guys are. I mean, every once in a blue moon I might leave a comment, you know? But you guys are the ones that do that. And you guys have created a very safe place for people to feel safe to leave comments and whatever. And that's cool to me. I don't know that I feel like there's a lot of safe places on social media, you know? But this feels like a safe place to me, and I'm forever grateful for the fact that you guys give me a safe place to come to every day and share what's going on with me and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I like to think that we've all created something kind of cool over here, you know? As I'm coming up on the end of 8 years, it's crazy to think that when I started this vlog, I never would have thought that I'd be vlogging 8 years from then, you know? And here we are 8 years later, and I've shared everything that's gone in my life, you know? And, Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee are such a huge part of all of my videos, and they're in the vlogs and stuff like that. And one reason why I specifically, like, I learned this from Tucker and Pee-Pee, because I didn't do it then, but one of the reasons why I specifically put Boo in the thumbnails of some of the videos is so when I go through and I look at the videos, I can see his face and I know that he's in those videos, and I can go back and I can watch those videos and I can see the little guy run around and remember, you know, what that life was like with him. And you guys have given me that opportunity. It's not just about making $1 or doing a sponsorship or how many views you're getting, how many subscribers you're having. You've given me a place to share my life, and also a place to continue to be able to go back and relive it and share things. I've shared a lot of memories from my life with my mom and my dad and Alex and past relationships, my sobriety, everything. And this is, for me, this has been a really cool experience, and I hope that I get to continue this for as long as I possibly can. I don't have any plan to ever stop this vlog, you know? It's weird because when I started this years ago, I thought, well, if I ever got rid of one of my channels, like first, you know, like if I started slowing it down a little bit, this would probably be the last one. I mean, I think this will be, if I ever sign off of YouTube, okay, this will be the channel that I sign off on last. Honestly, I really do think that that's what'll happen. It's not what I thought, you know. I think that if the day ever happens where I choose to leave the internet, this will be the channel that I say goodbye to, you know, that I say, okay, well, it's been a great journey, and thank you guys, and I love you, and I can't even imagine that day. It seems weird to me, but this will be the channel that it happens on, you know. But I hope that that day never comes. I hope that I'm vlogging until I can't vlog anymore, because this has just been, and filming videos on all my channels. You know, right now, like I was saying this yesterday, I'm kind of like in my head really thinking about what I want to do with my other channels, you know, like even my Peter Watches TV channel, like what do people enjoy? What do I want to do more of over there? You know, my drama channel, it's like, what am I having fun with? What do I want to do more of? Do I want to dedicate certain days to this and certain days to that? Do I want to revamp that channel? How do I want to do my Peterisms channel differently? How do I want to do my review channel differently? And if you guys have suggestions for me, because some of it I know has gotten stale, and some of it people still love, you know, so if you guys have suggestions for me, please feel free to email it to me or put it in the comment section below or whatever, direct message me or whatever, you know, because I'm totally open to that. So yeah. It's getting dark outside. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, my neighbors are coming home. You know, I was looking at this tree the other day. I don't know if I said this on here or not, but it's kind of made me sad a little bit. But at the same time, I was thinking about, like, you know, changing the seasons, and time comes and time goes, you know, and I was looking at this tree, and I'm gonna show it to you. Can you guys see the tree? Do you guys remember when Boo Radley was still here? Just was not too long ago that tree was completely covered with red leaves, and look, that tree is completely empty now. And winter is upon us. And the cold winds will come and the snow will come. And we'll sit by the hearth and the candles, and then spring will come, and then summer will come, and life continues to move forward. And what are you going to do about it? You know? What are you going to do about it? You're going to put one foot in front of the other and enjoy it the best that we can, and try to have the best life we can and support one another. So, it's flashing. The battery's flashing. I'm going to get off here now. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Have a great night tonight! I love you guys so much. Bye. Love ya!